All right, everything's working. We're back with another round table. This is one of the most highly requested things you guys asked for. I got both of my friends named Sebastian.
Hello.
And the one and only Luke Belmar came through as well.
What's up?
We're going to be kicking game to you guys for a good hour here, talking about various topics such as e-commerce, becoming a better man, investing, and just picking these guys' brains a little bit because all three of these guys are people that I respect very heavily. We're also going to be taking some questions from the chat as well. So if you guys have questions, think about them. We'll bring them up a little bit later. But first off, how y'all enjoying Colorado? You having a good time?
Amazing, bro.
My first time here.
Yeah.
You come out every year.
Every year.
It's like a religious thing.
This man went snowboarding for the first time.
Bro, I
today.
did some blues. I'm actually I'm happy with myself.
Yeah.
I'm good. You tore your what's up with your knee, dude?
My knee is destroyed. Snowboarding has done the best of me for sure.
You know,
but
it's when you go up the what do you call
The
it?
lift, bro.
It fucks up. It
That's
fucks up your knee
30
when it
minutes.
twists
what
up.
happened to
Dude.
me.
It fucks it up.
It's
I was
exactly-
literally thinking today. I was like, somebody needs to innovate snowboards.
Is
Think
it
about
gonna-
think about how long this bullshit is,
Run it
bro.
up.
Think about this bullshit of putting your shit on, taking it off.
Yeah.
Is there ones that have like magnets?
They have ones that you just like stamp your foot in and it
That's what
clips
I
in
need.
there.
That's what I need, bro. I need
Yeah,
magnets.
you'll get one,
Also,
right?
there's gondolas too that go up to mountains, and I think Vail has some. And so you put your board in it and you just sit, and then you get on top of the mountain.
That's
You
what I
take your
need,
board
bro.
off.
Because it takes so much time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a better experience.
In Switzerland, they're like a lot shorter, so you have to get on the little trolley thing a lot more often. But this one was pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so look, the first thing I want to talk about is just getting into your guys' heads on what you want to get accomplished for this year of 2023. I talked to Luke about this last night, but I'm curious to hear from you guys. So, Sebastian, you go first. Tell me what's on your mind this year. What you
Sure.
got brewing?
So YouTube has been a big focus. Last year I did pretty well, and so that's kind of my main focus for all year. I want to hit 500,000 subs,
Nice.
and then everything else kind of follows that. But that's kind of my main priority is just keep posting good content, and then everything else will follow. So
Yeah, definitely. How about you, Sebastian?
So I want to start and get my SaaS company off the ground and start making money with that. I want to also get 1.5 million on YouTube, and I want to play 1,000 games of chess. So that's 3 out of like the 10 goals I have. But
You are you public about what the software is yet, or is that still like?
it's way too early. So
Okay.
yeah,
Got
no
you.
need to talk about it.
We share the same goal for subscribers this year as well.
1.5?
We've always kind of been right at the same
Yeah.
level of subscribers.
I'll
so-
hire, and then I post a good video, and
Yeah,
I don't know where we're at now, but
Yeah, that's good stuff,
we'll
bro.
both get there.
And you, Luke?
Brother, I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm chilling now.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I just know I did some blue diamond or blue shits today.
He's gonna go snowboard
trying to
a
go
lot
to Black
more.
Diamond.
Yeah, bro. No, for this year, honestly, we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah.
Just focusing on making sure I don't cheat myself today.
Yeah.
You know, and making sure that today I just accomplished what I need to accomplish today. It's literally like the slopes. If you look at the bottom, you're like, fuck, dude, like, how am I going to get there? You're just supposed to understand how to brake, how to move this way, move that way, understand the fundamentals, and then take your time. Take your time, work your way down, look a few feet ahead, look a few meters ahead, maybe a little bit longer ahead to see the terrain. But when you look way down the line, it can become overwhelming. So
Yeah.
for me, now it's been most likely just recentering my priorities around making sure I don't cheat myself. And I think that those bricks laid perfectly along
Day by day.
a big period of time will create something beautiful. So that's kind of what I'm betting on.
Yeah, for sure. I think approaching it on a daily basis is the way to actually grow. I kind of share some goals like these guys, like thinking towards the end of the year, but the only way we're going to get those goals accomplished is if we take it one day at a time and do the best each day.
Three games of chess per day.
Yeah.
Or like some days 4 to get 1,000, right?
Got
Or
you.
3 games. So that'll be
What makes you want to play chess? You just like it? Is it like you feel like it makes you better at life? Like,
Maybe. I like to think so.
Yeah.
No, chess
I
is
would
just
say
fun.
yes.
It's
I would
super
say
fun.
yes.
And it's a really like nice gentleman thing to know how to do. There's a really nice chessboard downstairs, like a
Yeah.
nice marble chess.
How long
We
have you
should
been
play.
playing?
Chess?
Yeah.
Just a couple of years. I've played a total of 1,400 games.
Yeah, I haven't played 1,400, maybe like 200 games.
Yeah.
I play about 14.
It's
Yeah.
really it's really challenging. You learn a lot. You learn how to think. I would say chess has taught me one thing that I've gotten from chess is to think about what would happen after my next action. So if I'm going to do something, I think about the next couple of things that are going to happen because of what I did. And that seems like a pretty easy thing to figure out without playing 1,000 games of chess. But when you play chess, you have to do that actively every single time you play. Otherwise, you're going to lose, and obviously you're playing to win. And so if you do it while you play chess and you get used to it, you're going to do it in other areas of your life too. I think it's a really useful thing.
Yo, so we had got a $10 donation from somebody. Shout out to him. He was asking, he's doing short form right now. He worked with Iman, Sneeko, etc. He said, do you think the best way to reach out to high value people is through cold email? I got an answer, but I'm curious what you guys think. Because we all doing short form
the
right now.
answer is very straightforward. You sent $10 and you got your message read, right? So you could send out an email. Dude, do you know how many emails we get on content distribution every single day?
Yeah.
But you just did something and you showed out.
That was the first chat I read in the whole
So what did he do? What was the action that he did?
In my opinion, he just stood out. Yeah,
he
stood out. So
Yeah.
you just have to find out where you can stand out and stand apart.
So I'll give my answer to this really quick. There's a guy that works for me now. He basically does anything I need him to do. It was an email originally, and I have a girl that goes through my emails, and she said, this guy really, really stands out. You should watch it. He presented a Loom video, and he took my website, and he didn't just say, hey, I can fix your website in an email. He fixed my website. He made a different version, a fixed version of my website, and then made a Loom video introducing himself, why he did it, and what he's trying to do, and here's the website. You can have it for free. And then as soon as I saw the Loom video, I was like, send him my number and I'm going to get on a call. And since then, he's been working for me.
And okay, can you explain the logic as to why you said, get
because
this
he's
kid's
leading
phone
with
number?
value. He's starting out with.
Well, like, what is it? I understand why, but for the people that are out here cold calling, what is it in your psyche that leads you to be like, okay, is it the proactiveness? Is it the action? Because the website could have been shit as well. So whereas you wouldn't have contacted him.
Yeah, for the record, the website was good, and the website being good, it's the same reason why I work with him now, and that's because he shows that he's willing to put in more effort than everybody else. So everything that he does for me is always over-deliver, always out of my expectations. He always goes way above and beyond, and he did that also when he reached out to me. When he reached out to me, he went way above and beyond. He fixed my website, he made a video, he introduced himself, he did 10 times more than the next person. I started working with him, and now still all of his work reflects what he did in the very beginning. So that's why I sifted through and I found it really like a gem. And he knows who he is. I love that kid. I just met him for the first time.
Amazing.
Yeah, shout out to him. That's the way to do it. Lead with value.
He's 18. Sorry to cut you off. He's 18. He's just a kid.
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome.
Some of the most talented creative people in the industry are young people because they spend the most time on these platforms and they're absorbing the new trendy stuff. When you got the people that are 30 trying to do edits, it's not necessarily having the same effect. So a lot of people asking about the best business models for 2023. I know we probably all discussed this in various different ways, but I think it's a good conversation to have because most people that are watching this live right now are broke. They're just getting started in their journey, or maybe they've tried a couple things and failed.
So can we address why they're broke?
We should.
Because I think that's what people are doing nowadays. If I may, I see everybody putting Band-Aid solutions on an existential problem that transcends business. So if you aren't making money, it's not about knowing what business models exist.
Right.
Do I have to tell you what business models exist for you to make money?
No. And the people watching already know what they want to do and what is the best model.
What is the problem?
The problem is the actions that they're putting
right. So
forward.
everybody's like business model this, business model that. Foundation.
Yep.
And I think for a lot of us that started in e-commerce or drop shipping or online, you lose a lot of the foundational level stuff because you interact with things like Shopify, things like Stripe, which they deteriorate your friction, if that makes sense. But that friction is what makes you a good entrepreneur. So I see a lot of people bouncing back and forth, not finding their lane because they don't really know who they are as entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And I think really people need to figure out where their strengths are. And it's what we talked about yesterday. There is this season for hustling, right? Where you just have to figure out how I need to make money. But then there's seasons to become a boss.
Yeah.
And the season to become a boss means you're no longer hustling. Like you think you move differently.
You're taking your resources and giving them to people to help you execute on that at a higher level.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's what I encourage people is figure out what's the reason why you have to sit down and listen to us tell you what business models are available, and why can't you sit down and present yourself 20 business models and have a contract with yourself and a commitment with yourself. And I think that that's the biggest problem that I see people having is, dude, YouTube videos are great, content is great, but if you don't take action, dude, if you don't assume responsibility, no amount of inspiration, no Rolex on a wrist is going to push you to the next level, dude. And I think people really need to start doing some self-evaluation.
One of the things you said that was super important that I want people to take is that you need to figure out who you are and what type of entrepreneur you are, right? Like for me, when I had started my journey doing e-commerce, the reason why I was able to make that work is because I have a creative skill set. I was able to make ads. I was able to design websites. I might not have been able to do as well as somebody that's in a more technical field, you know, somebody that's coding or somebody that's managing a big old team. And now for YouTube, it's been able to flourish because of that same exact thing. So it's like for the people that are listening, y'all got to be able to ask yourself that question of like, what are my strengths at this level? If you have none, you got to start building. But do you think people have no strengths? Do you think like,
of course, there's useless
Everyone's a
people.
clean slate.
Everybody
Can I-
has
can I
some
explain-
edge though.
can-
Like
no,
if
that's
you're
not true. That's not true. That's not true.
Okay.
Brother, I literally go.
Completely empty.
It's bullshit. There's people that are useless to society. That is the honest truth. But you don't have to be that person.
You don't. And
Right?
if you're watching this live,
so
you're in the right
I'm
direction.
going. I'm gonna board Delta, right? You
Yeah.
know how sometimes you have to do your own bag check-ins.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you know you print out your tag and you take it to the counter, the lady at the counter, and I give her the tag, and she's like, "No, you have to tag your own bag." And I'm like, "Then why the fuck are you here?" "Oh, well, I'm here to make sure that you tag your bag."
Yeah.
And I looked at her and I said, "You will be replaced by AI." And it's
Did you actually
true.
say
Of
that?
course I did. And it's true because if you don't understand how to provide value in the marketplace, entrepreneurs and business owners are going to figure out how to provide value and customer service in a way that reduces friction. And nowadays, technology, these are employees. ChatGPT, AI,
Oh, yeah.
dude, these are robots that work for you 24/7. They don't ask questions.
You don't bitch.
They don't bitch around. They have a fixed price. They're operating 24/7. They're available. They're the top tier. And you think I'm going to go and interact and waste time and hire some bullshit customer service representative when I can literally have robots do that on my behalf? So people need to start thinking. And so not everybody provides value because
Yeah.
a lot of people don't even think, how can I provide value? You can't be out here flipping patties and think that you are a person of value because you get paid in proportion to the value that you provide.
That's right.
So if your value is bullshit, you are shit. You are shit, dude. Like, call it what it is. I know it sounds terrible, but you know we've hit a crossroads in the last 6 months where I think we understand tonality, right? I think we can speak our truth and speak the right way without offending people, without jeopardizing relationships, without being rude, without being condescending.
Yeah.
But sometimes, dude, you just have to be honest with people and just tell them what it is for
Tell
what
them
it
the
is.
truth.
And it doesn't mean that you have to be worthless or you have to be useless.
Red flags.
But it's the truth.
Yeah, because I'm using my laptop microphone, so if y'all can't hear these two, you guys might just gotta
shit.
talk
Is
a
that
little bit
it?
louder.
Okay.
But
Here,
don't
give
worry.
me there a little bit.
We'll lean
There
in.
you go.
Oh, I
But
thought he
no.
was calling Luca red flag.
Luke, you have brought up something of if you're a person that's out here flipping patties, you're not providing value. Well, Sebastian, my friend here, used to work at a fast food
I
restaurant.
wasn't flipping patties, but I was making tacos.
Okay, so at that stage of your life, did you feel like you were useless? Did you feel like you were providing no value? And then how do you switch from being him to being him?
Well,
Great
so
question.
I didn't have like that mentality, like that value mentality. Like this mentality that we all share is something that we've earned. Like it's a stripe that we've earned going through life and earning money and starting businesses and stuff. So people just, they don't know that. Like they don't understand that concept of they have to be valuable. If you say that to an average person, they'll be like, what the heck do you even mean valuable? And I think the best way to be valuable is to either make people more money or to give people back their time. And people will always pay for that in some way, shape, or form. So like Jeff Bezos is like the most common example, but if you can get a product to somebody really fast anywhere in the world, you're gonna make a lot of money, and hence he's like one of the richest people in the world. So
Yeah.
he provides a lot of value, and that's why he's super, super rich.
Where did that shift come from for you specifically, though, in your life?
Well, I would say,
Was it the struggle that you were enduring? Was it seeing the people around
Yeah,
you
how'd you go from
struggling?
brokey to digital?
well, the original value. Okay, so this is how I learned value. I saw a beat up go-kart on OfferUp that looked completely terrible, like rusted and just like it hadn't been driven in 5 years. And I bought it and I washed it, I sanded it down, I repainted it, I fixed the tires, I degreased the engine, and I listed it back on OfferUp for like double the price. And the value there is somebody wants to buy something they're gonna feel good about, they'll pay a premium on it, and they see something and it looks cleaner, it looks better, it's taken care of.
You added
So
value to
I
it.
added value to it. So that's kind of where I learned that. And now, obviously, we've come a long way from there, but adding value and just making people more money or teaching people or inspiring people, and that's where we add a lot of value because a lot of our value comes from the amount of people that we impact. So if I give you advice, it's valuable to you. But if I give advice to millions of people, that's extremely valuable.
Yeah.
So that's why, we get paid in a huge proportion for that thing, aside from a lot of other things. But
Yeah.
It's an interesting point.
I just wanted to bring it back to there because a lot of people in the chat is there right now.
like
so
working at Taco Bell.
at that moment where they might be hustling at a job or they might not have a job.
So so I would say first figure out what type of job you got to be hustling at, right? Not all jobs are created equal.
Yeah.
There are jobs of opportunity, right? So instead of working, let's say at McDonald's, you could wait tables where you can actually earn your tips and you get paid in proportion to the value that you provide to the table and your ability to upsell, your ability to build relationships, your ability to network.
Interesting.
Right? So you can be more dynamic. I would never tell a person that has the ambition to be an entrepreneur to work for a salary. I would never. It is the most disgusting thing that you can do if you want to be an entrepreneur, because what you're doing is you're setting up a safeguard for yourself. And that safeguard of comfort, it'll cost you a lot in the long run. And I think people need to go, whether it's sales, whether it's a task like that, maybe you guys agree with that, but
Yep.
being able to do
Sounds
stuff
good.
where you can earn your paycheck.
Yeah. Let's check out some of the chats. I know a lot of you guys got questions for me and these guys. So if you got questions right now, drop them in the chat. We got a couple donations. Shout out to my boy Phidias. Been one of the most impactful people in my YouTube journey, bro. He's like a mentor to me. Shout out to Phidias, one of the best YouTubers out there in the game.
Oh, I know that guy. Phidias,
Yeah.
phenomenal. I saw him, I think, when he had about 30,000
Yeah.
subscribers. Very well done. I actually contacted him because he wanted to come out to Puerto Rico, but I was busy to travel. But, dude, immigrant kid
Yeah.
from the slums, from the trenches, and actually out here
Over
hustling
a
and doing
million
his
subs.
thing.
This guy's crazy.
Yeah,
He camped
dude.
outside of Twitter headquarters for like
Crazy.
70 days in
Well
a row.
done. Well done to that man.
70?
70 days in a
Oh
row,
my.
sleeping on the street, trying to meet
insane.
Elon Musk. Crazy.